Welcome back to my channel. I am Rachel from Rachel Thrived, and I'm so excited that you're here. I'm not doing a planning video today, as you can see. I wanted to show you how I used my We Are Memory Keepers mini laser square to make cards. I'm just showing you a simple way that this helps you get things all evened out. So I got this from Tuesday morning, and so I did get it. I believe I paid maybe $20 for it. So this is the mini. It measures about 6 by 6. I've got some washi on there. Still, it measures about 6 by 6. They do have a 12 by 12, but I don't need the 12 by 12 because I don't really do scrapbooking. And if it's too big of a product, that would be a waste. I usually do card making, and card making bases are, the ones I do are A2. They're 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And so this is perfect for me. Now this does have a grid on it. It's like embossed, perforated, whatever that is called. And on the side, it has a switch here. You do have to buy your own batteries, and it's like a D battery, something like that. It's not like AA, AAA. And this thing moves up and down, and it helps you get things evenly on your project. Now, I would imagine it's mostly good for card making or any kind of like smaller pieces. But definitely not like a 12 by 12. I mean, you could like get the edges of the 12 by 12, but I mean, I would just go with the 12 by 12. I don't think there's anything else for me to show you, but it's that simple. It's just helps you even things out. It also helps you when you're stamping, if you're going to get on the edges, it helps you keep your surface clean. Let's say I'm going to get a stamp and I'm going to be doing like some patterns. You could get this dirty and it wipes right off. It helps you keep your desk nice and clean. So let's jump in and let me show you how I made this card right here. Okay, so I want to stamp. This is going to help me get my stamping as in equal distance when I'm doing something like this. And here's what I learned. I practiced on this one, and here's what I learned. It helps if you put some scrap paper cardstock underneath, because this board, when you press on it, it kind of goes down in the center. You probably can't tell in the video, and so you don't get as clean of a stamp when you don't have something underneath. But a cardstock underneath really does help to get a more even pressured stamp. Okay, so I have a white cardstock, and it is like 1/4 of an inch smaller, or maybe, yeah, about 1/4 of an inch smaller than the cardstock. And so it'll be like a little, so this will frame it. Okay, so I just cut that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get washi tape and tape this down. That will just help it stay in place while I'm stamping. That makes me feel better. Now I'm going to go in with Gorgeous Grape, and let me see if I can find my stamp. So I have it on this stamping block, and I like this because it helps me grip on both sides. It's also from We Are Memory Keepers. Now what I could do is I could get the exact equal distance from the bottom to the top of the card. Okay, so I probably should have done that. This is at 1/2 inch. Let's see if I'm going to be able to I stamp it. Okay, so let me move this card up. That's what I should have done to begin with. I'm going to move this up. This washi comes right off. So I'm going to put the card at 1/2, and then I'm going to tape it down there. That's just so I know exactly. So it's at 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to start off, like I'll be able to get equal distance from the bottom and the top. Let's say I do start off at 1 inch, and then I'm going to make sure, now this can get real stinking technical. Let's see, I was at 1/2 inch. I'm at 1/4 of an inch down here. So I need to do I did 1/2 inch, right? So I need to do about right here. So that's how I'm going to do at the bottom and make sure there's that much. Now I could sit here and do the math and make sure that these are of equal distances between and yada yada. And why don't I just go ahead and start by stamping at the bottom, okay? So I can get real technical with this card to make sure that it's stamped evenly across. Now it's kind of hard, I will say, for me to do this on camera just because I can't get above the image. If I get exactly above it, my camera is in the way. Okay. Now, one thing I'm not measuring is this in the center of this card? So I should, just for the video purposes, just go ahead and do it crooked. But some of you be like, well, if it's going to come out crooked, I don't want that. Okay, let me move this over just a little bit. And it's because my stamp, if I didn't use this stamping block, I wouldn't have this problem. If I just use a regular old stamping block instead of this long one, I wouldn't have that problem, would I? Okay, there we go. So I'm going to just do it like on the line. Which I don't want to do it too much because it's going to get in the eyes. I kind of smeared it because I was not even. I'm going to move stamping blocks, actually. I think if I just use a regular one, it won't be like that. Okay, so I did 1/2 inch, and then up here we were going to do 1/2 inch from the bottom on this side. So I switched stamping blocks because there was no need for me to have that big long one. It does help for longer images, but this image isn't like that long. Okay, so I'm going to do it this way. Hopefully, yeah, it does. Okay, I was making sure my stamping block could fit. It can, right? Nope. Let me move this image up a little bit. Okay, now should just line it up from the top. There we go. Now now I can do one in the middle. I don't think I'll be able to fit 2 more and be, you know, even. So let's do smack dab in the middle of this, would be about right here. So you want it to end, let's see. You're here. Let's see how tall this is. This is 1/2 inch. This is, okay. And it goes, it's 1 inch, okay? So you need 1 inch, and you've got how many inches? It's 4 1/4, I think, then 1. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 2 1/8, looks like. 2 1/8. So let's do, I don't know what that is in the middle. It'd probably be about right here. It's kind of where you want it to be of equal distance. Y'all, I'm not gonna try to do the math on that. I'm more concerned with the edges. Like, I could sit there and do the math on it, but that's not fun to me. I'm just gonna stamp it, and I'm thinking that this will work. Perfect. I think that is a pretty good distance between these two. It's a little off, but if I wanted to, oh my gosh, this laser, I saw something on the window way across the room. I was like, what is that light? It's my laser. It shoots all the way across the room because it, you know, it doesn't stop. Anyways, so I could sit there and measure that out, but that's not fun, and I don't think you want to sit here and watch me do that. If I would have done that beforehand, that would have been fine. Oh, I'm not done. So happy, 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 and then I'm going to put birthday in the center, and I don't need the laser for that part. I'm just going to go in and stick it on there. I guess I could use a laser for that, right? So I can like do it exactly. there, but I think that's perfectly fine. So that's how it helps me line up there. Now, another way to do it, I'm just going to turn this over, because even if I do use this, which I don't think I will, all I got to do is, you know, glue this part down. It won't be totally a waste. I'm going to turn this over, and I got ink on it. Just pretend that ink is not there. It's a part of the decor. Okay, so I'm going to stick that back down. Now, I could also use this to hand letter, or just write, if I'm writing cards or something like that, I would be able to use it to make sure that I'm writing straight. Now, I'm not a hand letterer, so excuse the fact that that's not very pretty. But you see, I'm not writing slanted. I could write envelopes with these. And I would just be able to write very evenly. I could make sure I have equal distance between the lines and, you know, write something, I don't know, really cool with this. And it would help me keep the lines straight. And this cardstock underneath is also still going to be necessary, because this grid is like etched in there. Perfect. Okay, so if I was finishing this card up and I was going to be done with it here, I would just adhere it to the front of my card, and I'd have a perfectly stamped card good to go. So yeah, that is my video on my little mini laser square by We Are Memory Keepers. I absolutely love this brand and have so many products from them. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Please give it a thumbs up and go follow me on Instagram at Rachel Thrived, and let me know if you want to see more of these tutorials in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.